Siberia played host to the 1990 event, a first for Russia and also a first for the Land Rover Discovery TDI three-door vehicle. The route would take the competitors 1,500 kilometers from Bratsk to Irkutsk. The opening ceremony was held in Moscow, giving the competitors a chance to take in some of Russia's famous landmarks.
We first started planning this event about 18 months ago, and from the first word, we have received help and support from the authorities, providing invaluable assistance towards this, the first major international motorsport event to be held within the Soviet Union.
The competitors put Moscow behind them and concentrated on the set of special tasks designed to put the new vehicles through their paces.
Clear. Right on your ground.
A little bit to the right. Yeah, really still not on a tree. Okay, back.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Night driving became de rigueur for the teams, and the Japanese took it all in their stride, carefully following the map as they drove through sleepy Siberian villages.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is getting across this stretch of water, but I see in the river behind us there's a log raft just approaching, and that moves at an incredibly slow pace, so we might be delayed just a wee bit.
The locally hired raft carried the teams and their discoveries downstream as they continued heading south towards their final destination.
Fermo qua, che poi dopo li pegli.
No path was unpassable as the team attacked the rough tracks outlined on their maps.
Then stay over to the right-hand side, that far side, right-hand side of the river, for about 500 meters. Okay. After 500 meters, it goes very narrow, but there's some very, very fast-flowing water. Then change to the left-hand side, because 2 cars are already stuck up there in water up to here.
When driving up to a meter into the water, it's impossible to see exactly where you're driving. So you need or a car in front of you, or you need to walk through just like we did.
Changing conditions did nothing to hamper their progress. Deep rivers and thick mud were tackled with apparent ease as everybody worked together to ensure the convoy kept on moving forward. A temporary respite was offered with a smooth drive across the relatively dry Siberian plains. But this was soon over as the convoy hit deep mud and water. But the teams remained undeterred as they towed each other out of the muddy tracks and continued on their way to Irkutsk.
closer! Get off the car!
Get off the car!
Eric, get out of there!
The final set of tasks proved to be a huge challenge to some teams, but the rain and mud had to be conquered to find a winner.
Ну, 8 вечером пришло, и 3, Бог говорит, утром подошли.
He's saying that all in all, 8 vehicles, drove through that section of the road. But he said, actually, he's saying that he's not so much surprised because the first vehicles that were driving along the road had an easier time driving because the ground here was a lot harder than it is now. So it's much more difficult for the remaining vehicles to get through.
249 points. It's Holland. The team of Holland come forward. Right, Jess, you can come forward.